How's it going, y'all? My name is Rhapsody. Their names are Rito, Retromation, Orbital Potato, Jonas Fatson, and Wonderbots. And welcome to the Wholesomeverse Live Darkest Dungeon Butcher's Circus PvP DLC for us 5. Yeah, it would have been better if we had 3 for the rhyming structure there. How's it going, y'all? Let's start with Rito.
Oh, it's good. I'm ready to kill my friends in a glorious, terrifying fashion.
What a weird statement.
Yeah.
Why? What's weird about that? It's the Wholesomeverse. This is what we do here.
That's true.
Gore?
That sounds decidedly unwholesome.
Yeah.
Today, killing each other is wholesome. It has to be for the pretense of
This
the
is
stream.
the weirdest plot of the next Purge movie.
We're just running a mini purge here. I am having actually trouble loading the stream that you're currently doing, Rito.
Sure, I'll pop it down a little bit, just a hair. See if that helps there. But yeah, we're doing a tournament, and since I was the only person who asked how I was doing, I'm going to say, hey Jonas, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. If anybody asks, I'm still working, but don't tell anybody.
I don't think anybody's gonna ask me. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I'm good. I'm excited for this. I feel like you guys think I'm better at this game than I actually am, so it's gonna be fun. Let's just say that.
I think it'll be fun. I think some people are gonna get mad, but I think that it's gonna be in a fun way. Wander. No, there's Wander.
Oh, yeah, I'm actually just getting perpetual loading on your end, so I tried backing out to reset it, and I got nothing.
Yeah, same. I'm getting
yeah.
absolutely nothing from your stream at the moment, Rito.
Audio.
Do you want me to
wanna
try? I can
Yes.
try, yeah.
And to continue the chain, Jonas, why don't you ask either Orbital or Wanda? What's going on?
Considering Wander and I have an extra fight than the rest of you, I'm gonna ask him how he's doing.
I just woke up
Yeah.
and had to quick rush to get everything together, and then Steam was like, "Hey, by the way, nothing's working," and so that's just how I've been.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just like our brand for the past little bit is nothing's working and
Yeah.
nothing's working and everything's okay.
Let's not jinx it, but that might actually be the theme of the tournament as well, because I don't know how many of you played much of the Butcher's Circus beforehand, but it has a penchant for crashing you back out into the menu.
I
Yeah,
haven't
it's been
touched
better.
this game since the last DLC came out, I think, which was what, a year and a half ago?
Mm-hmm. It's been a hot moment, and it's similar but different enough that like the units have the same moves, but they do slightly different things. So it is best to just to quick look at them before you cast it, because it might be just a little bit different.
Are you guys managing to feed off?
Yeah, you guys see orbs?
That worked.
We can see perfectly.
Okay.
Well, there we go. So hopefully we won't have issues with that. But then, so Orbital and I are going to be fighting each other first. Jonas, Rhapsody, and Wander are going to be spectating. So we'll have effectively 2 different perspectives: the commentator perspective, where you can hear them make fun of us and laugh at the RNG, and then you'll see us. So I don't know. You want to get into it? Orbital, you and I mute them; they mute us. We fight each other.
Let's freaking go. I just want to say one thing. Jonas, your boss is in my chat, and he says you need to get back to work.
Oh, Jonas.
I hate to break it to you.
That's
Sorry, dude.
That's sweet, mans.
Well,
I win by default. Yay.
congratulations, Wander.
Can I live with one of you guys? Because I might be kicked out of my house and fired.
Go down to Australia.
Just a really quick note, on my side, like I mentioned, I am moving my office right now, so I had to drop this the live stream, so I'm going to be recording.
That's totally fine.
Yeah. Apologies.
No worries. No worries.
All right.
I'm gonna mute you guys and just talk to Orbital. You guys do the same,
Cool.
but the reverse.
Best of luck.
Honestly, it is
All
my
right,
pleasure.
now we've got
to you.
those 2 muted. We can start talking trash about him. Rito's a
Okay.
real nice guy, and Orbital's quite clever. Damn, got him.
How on point
What
for
up?
the Wholesomeverse.
Wholesomeverse dissing. Let's go.
So, do we want to take blind guesses on who's going to win beforehand? We got 3 of us, so we'll have a consensus.
I'm gonna throw it down on Orbital just because he's a wild card. I've seen how Rito plays this game. I've played Rito a couple times before. He's also absolutely wiped the floor with me before as well. So like, it's not a guess against his skill level. It's more of a Orbital's a wild card, and I would expect that he would find a very, very cogent core strategy to execute here.
I'm gonna say Rito. And the only reason I say that is because I'm pretty sure Orbital played it for the first time like 20 minutes ago. So he might come in with because it's balanced differently on the Butcher Circus than it is like the normal games. So some characters are better here than others. You know, it's a different beast. I don't know. So that's 1 and 1. So Wander's the deal breaker on this one.
I think I'm going to throw my lot in with Rito just because his team looks a little heavier. Though I have some questions because is the antiquarian usually like meta for this sort of thing? I usually bring her along for...
So it's usually not, but in the Butcher's Circus, going back to what Jonas said, it is because her abilities are different. Specifically, her heal is now everyone in the party gets a regeneration like heal over time. So every single turn you get brought back off death's door.
That okay.
Yeah, it's extremely powerful.
And now you see both Jonas and myself adding an antiquarian to our parties.
What is your guys' favorite class in the game? Regardless of this, like just in general, is it like because there was a shield breaker that was added? The leper's pretty popular. I'll say that the Hellion is like absolutely my favorite.
I liked the Hellion when she first came. Well, like when the game first came out, because the penalties for her using her move wasn't quite as tough. But I ended up actually going for the Houndmaster when I started playing again. Just like stacking a bunch of Houndmasters was actually really fun.
Yeah, Houndmasters have the ability to do a lot of stuff in any line, right? Having him in the second line or the third line gives you so many different viability choices. In particular for me, it's actually the Shield Breaker. The Shield Breaker was added, and if you stack like melee damage and crit on the Shield Breaker, she can reach pretty much any line, and she goes through protection. So she just destroys enemies, especially because I was doing the Crimson Court at the same time, and a lot of those enemies have like 45, 60% protection on the Stygian move.
That's a good point. I'm liking the battle so far. It's the DOT fight right now. That's one thing I will say. I don't want to give Wander too many tips here, but I played a few matches and I did find that like DOT is not key, but it's very powerful, and so is stress damage, oddly enough. Like those are the two things, like straight up like damage I found like worked not as well as I would expect, because you can get somebody on Darkest or on Death's Door and they don't necessarily die. You could like spend 2 full turns trying to take out 1 unit for no reason, when you can just put Blight and Bleed on someone and that'll take care of it for you.
It won't kill them though.
Oh, did they? It definitely did before.
It specifically in the Butcher's Circus DLC, the DOT can get them to Death's Door, but it will not trigger a Death's Door blow.
Yo, this might explain why I lose so much in this game.
Yeah, that's what killed me in the first episode versus Rito. Like the name of my first episode for it is The Trouble with DOTs. Like they're really good because they can keep the enemy on Death's Door, so like the enemy gets healed up and then they go back to Death's Door, but yeah.
Interesting. Look, I've already learned.
Give you that little tip for free. Looks like both of the characters have brought along people that get to do a party-wide buff that just is for the entire duration of the battle. The Man-at-Arms giving a bolster for +10 dodge to all of its teammates for the entire battle's duration, as well as the Jester, I believe, doing the Battle Ballad for +10 accuracy to all teammates. So basically, they cancelled each other out. I did have a little bit of a panic moment when I saw this screen, and I was like, wait, I'm running a leper? But no, this is awful. It's fine.
So that's pretty much your team lineup, but a leper instead of a shield maiden?
It's very close to my team lineup. It's just a little shuffled, and I also have a shield breaker in there.
Ooh, that is a painful miss.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Rito was trying to do the thing that would heal him back up a considerable amount. I really like the flagellant for that move, at least in the base game. I don't know how different it is.
Both Exsanguinate and Redeem are basically the same.
Okay, cool.
In the base game in here, yeah.
I think the flagellant's pretty powerful in general. It works well here because, you know, the Death's Door buffs that he gets seem to work. Although I think it was balanced a little bit within here. I haven't looked through like what characters have been balanced and so forth, but I think he was one of the ones that was decently balanced.
Yeah, he's
they've done a
very
good
decently
job
balanced. There is also like a little bit of the roll the die element, because especially if you want to toy around being on Death's Door constantly, you can become a little dicey.
Yeah, I'm seeing the dice right now.
What's he gonna do?
Oh, there's your first Death's Blow. So if anyone's not familiar with the mechanics specifically of Death's Blow in the Butcher's Circus, a hero has an 85% Death Blow resistance, and each time you hit them and they don't die, if they stay on Death's Door, they will decrease their Death Blow resistance by 10% per hit. Yeah. Unfortunately, it can result in some occasions where, like, oh, I don't know, I have to hit Rito's Vestal 10 times to kill her, and he kills my Jester instantly.
Yep.
So
That's where some of the RNG comes in.
I mean, there was a little bit of RNG in the bracket. I think both of you can speak to that, because according to the 5-player elimination bracket that I'm looking at, basically all of the rest of us get a free round. You two drew short straws and have to fight each other to come to the like finals.
You know, I'm totally fine with that. I mostly agreed to this purely because I didn't have anything better to do, and I like the idea of just sitting here shoutcasting instead of actually doing the tourney. So I hold no illusions that I'm probably going to get wiped out in the first round, and then yeah, Jonas can just sail on to the rest of the tournament.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We'll see about that. I don't think the bracket was as random as Rito made it out to be, by the way. I'm just going to put that out there. I think he intentionally put himself in a bracket that made it so that he didn't have to fight an extra fight.
He admitted that he wanted to fight Orbital no matter what. I'm not sure why they didn't have their like initial match, but I guess, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Put the 3 people that... Wait, no. But Orbital doesn't play this. No. I give up.
Orbital actually is pretty interesting in Darkest Dungeon. It's like not necessarily hugely in his wheelhouse, but yeah, it's or not necessarily the wheelhouse for the content he creates on the channel typically.
I just thought he said he specifically had never played up until now.
Not the Butcher's Circus, but Darkest Dungeon in general.
Got it. Is it just me, or is Rito getting rolled?
I was just going to comment, saying that Orbital's doing really well right now. I think it's
Definitely.
the Vestal. I think that's the biggest difference between here is, like, Orbital's got the Vestal that, like, does a lot of stuff. Very good, very, like, powerful class.
I mean, there's the
Lucky
additional
stun.
element of Hound's Harry off of that Houndmaster, gives not only the hit and the bleed, but also stack stress in AoE, which is really, really being capitalized upon here by Orbital.
That's why I was surprised and disappointed that I couldn't stack a bunch of Houndmasters. I understand why, but I was like, with my strategy. This is what I do when I'm like playing the base game.
Do you run like 3 with a frontliner?
I usually actually run 3 with a backliner. It mostly works, except for on like the highest difficulties, at which point the bleed resistance gets too high. But at that point, I've usually tired of Darkest Dungeon, so I kind of just check out at that point and stop playing.
Fair enough.
This game is just too long for me. I think my first series on it, when I first did early access, was like, I want to say 50, 100 episodes long or something like that, and that just burnt me out permanently on playing more of this. Maybe I'll come back for like Darkest Dungeon 2, but...
I'm looking forward to the second one. I kind of agree. So this one came out in, what, 2016, I think, in early access? And I wasn't like streaming or doing content really at that point. And I remember picking this up when it came out and just getting like handed to me while I was playing. And I put it down. Like, this was one of the few games that I like rage quit. I remember because like I stacked up and I was like, oh look, there's the darkest dungeon. I got level 3 or 4, I think, at the time, and I'm gonna go try it. I didn't realize it was like a scripted set of missions at that point. And I lost every trinket. I lost my whole A team, and I just went, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah. That's why I'm looking forward to the last spell, if you guys got the chance to play that one.
Not yet,
I have the demo installed, but I haven't had a chance
The
to.
formation is broken.
That's
That's big.
Yep. But
Pretty
so
sure
the
that
last
was
spell-
his first death blow as well.
Yeah. The last spell is kind of darkest dungeony in terms of like, here's your small team and overwhelming odds, but it's crossed with some their billions as well. But each round only lasts about 4 hours, and then you start over, and that feels really good to me, as opposed to the like slowly building your guys up and then they all just die. And you're
Set
like,
the stage for heroism.
Oh, so it's like a strategic base building on RTS?
turn-based strategy game
Yeah.
Okay.
with
It's like a
with
tactics
roguelike
game.
elements. It's way too many genres all at once, but they did it so
Yeah.
well.
It reminds me of like XCOM meets Habbo Hotel.
Ooh.
You're just doing that because you don't like the art style.
Yeah, I'm not like, I really like pixel art,
Those who covet
but it's
injury
got to be done in a certain way.
find
Those,
it in
I don't
no
know.
short supply.
I'm gonna give it a shot. Don't get me wrong, but the art style for me, the pixels on that just seem like they seem a little out of place. Because I literally loaded. I was like, "This Habbo Hotel. What's going on right now?"
This is coming a little bit further to the wire than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, especially considering I think that that Jester is being lined up to use the finale.
Finale.
But if the Jester dies first, the Battle of the Tide swings the other way.
Yeah.
It's also worth noting that if that Flagellant dies, it will heal all of its allies.
This is the turn right here. This is the turning point.
Yeah.
Death blow resistance of 75. Ooh, doesn't even go for it.
Interesting.
That's gotta hurt.
But Orbital doesn't do the finale. Takes him off Death's Door first, so a guaranteed finale coming.
Now, the important thing about Finale in this is that it bypasses Death's Door triggers and can target lines 1 and 2. It can target from lines 1 or 2. So right now, that Flagellant is dead if Orbital wants to do it.
I did not know it did that.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know it did it until Reno did it to me.
Oh.
Behold, the abyss is made manifest.
That could be big.
Now, can you choose whatever character acts?
Yes. So speed
Okay.
rolls aren't really a thing here. It
That's
basically just chooses a player that plays first. You choose one of your party to act first, and then it goes to the other player and they choose one of theirs. It can end up in a little bit of a weird situation where, like, if you have one player and the enemy has 2, like, you'll act and then they'll act 2 times immediately without interruption, which can be a little rude.
As well as on the first turn, they do a coin flip, and you get a decent buff if you're not acting on the first turn. So it kind of counters, always
There
trying to
it
go for the
goes.
first turn.
Now, it's also worth noting that after the Jester does that, he gets a huge debuff that obviously also exists in the base game, but here it adds plus 100% stress taken, so it's very easy to get that Jester to stress out now.
I still think it's Rito. Here it is, right here.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
3 blights
It's huge. That's
and
2
a
more
lot of
stresses.
stress. Yep. Oh,
Masochistic. It's also worth noting that the base virtue chance in the Butcher's Circus DLC specifically is 1%. So unless you have trinkets or abilities that are modifying that, you're probably not going to hit it.
what's the percentage of virtuous in this one? Is it 5%?
Taken over the
1%.
into
1%.
Yeah,
Yeesh.
Ooh, because in the base game it's like 5, isn't it?
something like that.
Yeah.
It's one of those hidden checks. Like I don't think that should be a hidden check, especially because there are trinkets that can modify it. But yeah, that's just me. And hopefully the devs, for the sake of Darkest Dungeon 2. Refused the heal.
Yeah, he refused the heal. I saw that. I'm like, oh, that's gotta hurt. So,
And if you're not familiar, if the stress goes to 200, the character immediately dies from a heart attack. I know you guys probably know that. Just in case
No,
nobody's-
they go down to 0 HP.
Oh,
yeah.
If they're on 0 HP and they hit 200 stress, then they have a heart attack.
As
Gotcha.
life ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Yeah, this one's
might
feeling
actually-
like orbital.
Yeah. That Vestal made a huge difference.
Yes. Oh, it definitely did. Just being able to stack the upfront healing rather than having to rely on a heal over time. But also the Antiquarian is like very key to the amount of damage that Rito's doing here as well. So he's got the healer trying to both heal and deal damage.
Yeah.
Unfortunately making them half as effective as each. That leper is down to 45% death blow resistance as well.
You're following way more of this information than I am. Oh, I see.
That's
it.
okay.
There we go.
It's only because I played this for a couple episodes with Rito
Yeah,
beforehand.
you've been doing a series on this.
I did a few on it. Like I tried to do some of the online matches. The community seems relatively okay, but when I did it, the desync was still pretty big. So apparently they've solved a lot of it. We're not
interesting
noticing any issues.
Retro is still going for the heart attack.
I mean, it's all he can really do at this point.
Fair.
You might be able to even chain heart attacks by having one of them stress out enough to die, to then stress out the rest of them to start increasing and increasing. I could actually see it, like, if he deathblow resists with that man-at-arms, like, for maybe 2 more turns, which is very optimistic, but if he can, then I could see him getting actually the stress off with these bellows.
I agree. It's definitely possible. Although the man-at-arms is in an okay spot, but the Antiquarian can't do a ton from the second spot. Although, if I remember, they're pretty good anywhere.
More destructive than a
Just
They're
depending
pretty
on
good
what
anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just he doesn't have access to the heal in the second line. Yeah, you can see him hovering over it at the moment. Oh, that's the leper dead.
That's 2.
Jester goes down to their stall. Might have a heart attack when the leper dies, actually.
fast.
Oh no, it won't. Never mind. There you go.
This would be quite the comeback.
Yeah?
Ooh, goes for the stress heal rather than the damage.
I would have gone damage, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. Oh, you have to.
That would have been a huge virtuous, though.
The bulwarks of the mind have fallen.
I wonder if we'll see any today, because like a lot of us, I imagine, are going to be running some stress.
The boom is flung.
I wonder if we're going to see any actual virtuous triggers on the 1% chance.
I thought I saw a virtuous trigger on the Crusader at the very beginning, but I could be wrong.
I
I
don't see any.
don't think so. But if that is the case, then the Crusader does have abilities that they can target themselves with that increase their virtue chance. He's right? Okay, yeah, no, apparently that did happen.
Wow. Missed it.
Yeah, I tuned out for a little bit, came back, I'm like, oh, that's where I said, like, it looks like Rito's doing real well. And then I was very wrong. Is that Jester just, like, virtually... Oh, wait, no, he's stunned anyway.
Yeah, it's not stunned. It's a new status called Dazed, where they have to act last in the turn order.
I gotcha.
Oh, those bellows are working out.
They are. It needs a big
Oh,
double
yeah.
death floor.
Damn.
Wow.
Destroy them all.
Well, we should probably unmute each of them and have a post-game conversation.
Praise well earned.
The memes. The absolute memes.
What's up,
All right,
boys?
let's go unmute everybody.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Easiest
Hello,
game
everybody.
of my life.
Was it? Because it looked pretty stressful near the end there.
The miss on the flagellant's heel right away.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
saw
God.
that and it was just like,
That
oh, that
killed
hurts.
everything. Orbital wins, ladies and
GG.
gentlemen. G.
So we took bets before the match, just to let you know. I was the only one that chose Orbital. I'm just throwing that out.
What?
Yeah?
This is slander, libel.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even choose Orbital, to be honest.
Jonas, I even wrote this
Orbital.
down to keep my thoughts in order to make sure.
Why
It
don't
was-
you tell us who voted who?
So Jonas and I voted for Rito, and Raps was the only winner on the bet with Orbital.
I believe in you,
Jonas
bud.
is a big fat liar.
All right.
That
So
was fun. That was a good match, boys.
Yeah.
up next, we got Wander and Jonas squaring
Sure.
off. If
All right.
one of you wants to do
I
the
just
old stream in the Discord,
Gotta figure out how to
Cool.
pick my opponent.
sure.
Yeah.
Back out to
Okay. I might
can
have just.
get it to you.
It's in the
Okay.
dueling grounds.
If
Oops.
you stream it, because I'm on maybe not
Yeah,
the best.
I can stream it. I think I just accidentally hopped into regular multiplayer.
A new person joins the tournament.
Ah.
If they beat you, they get your place in the Wholesomeverse. That's that's
Okay.
the
Stream. I mean, that'd be more your loss, I think. All right, good. My team's still here. Let's see. Okay, so how do we pick an opponent? Ranking.
So
board?
I'll issue you an invite here.
There we
It's
go.
through the Steam.
Yep,
system.
I see it.
I sent you an invite.
Okay.
All right. So you and me, Wander, should probably mute them so we don't hear the lovely banter, and
Yep.
they should probably mute us.
Mhm.
Yeah, real quick, is Orbital Rhapsody? Do you see Wander's stream?
Nope.
I do not
Not
know.
yet.
Yeah, it's just
I do
giving
not.
me a black screen. Give me a second.
Sure.
I wonder.
Ooh, something else that we discussed whilst we were in game, myself and Rito, was changing builds like throughout the tournament. Can we have a gentleman's agreement that we will just retain the same build throughout the tournament, or
Yes.
are we allowed to
Yeah.
change? I think keeping the same.
Because
is-
otherwise,
I think we should lock in.
builds
Yeah.
based off of what you just saw. Like
Exactly.
Huh.
Exactly.
that'd be unfair.
It like flashes on for like 2 seconds. I assume you guys can still can't see this.
Correct.
Nada.
It flashes on for like 2 seconds, then it stops. Here,
Mm.
I'm just gonna do my screen.
Yeah, I think that's what I had to do for.
Oh,
The-
yeah. Here's what it's doing. It's actually capturing pretzel for some reason.
Ah.
Like I'd pick Darkest Dungeon, and then it would like flash on for a second, and then, yep,
There we go. Oh,
yeah. Like I said, okay. So how do I do the whole screen? Because I'm seeing screens. There we go. Instead of applications.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Let's see. All right, now you guys should just see everything. Hopefully now you can see mine.
I can see it.
It's currently a loading screen for me.
Yes, we got it.
Hey.
I can see
Okay,
it.
everybody's good.
I have no idea how I would do this with Discord, to be honest, because I run 2 PCs. It'd be tough. So I'm glad you're doing it.
Yeah, it's fine. All right, I'm gonna mute everybody else.
Yep, I'm gonna mute them and then.
All right. Talk to you guys in a sec.
All right. Let's see. I'm good to go. I'm just gonna hit fight. Gonna see how everything boils down for me.
All right. Your opponent is waiting for you. I'm interested to see what team you chose. So before I click fight here, I'm not going to tell you my team until we get into it, but I chose like my favorites or some of my favorite characters. I didn't choose like necessarily what's best. So
Well, we're in the same boat with the exception of the antiquarian, which I cycled in because that sounded more interesting than what I had, which was... I don't even remember what I had beforehand.
That's funny. All right, let's see.
Oh, you know what? I have this whole game muted. Go figure. I bet nobody can hear a dang thing. There we go. That's better. Oh, you
So
go
I
first.
get to go first. Oh, look at we actually a little bit of overlap here.
Yeah, fair bit. Yeah, because I always liked the Plague Doctor for just mad debuffs. Flagellant was kind of a nice frontliner. I liked the Hellion, but her originally when she did the hit the first 3 people move, originally that didn't have nearly as heavy of a debuff, so I could just use it constantly if I remember right. Like they nerfed it hard after the first week, and so I had to actually put her away and just say okay, never mind. Oh, it's my turn.
I wasn't going to say anything because I don't know what happens when it pass. I think you might pass. No, that would have been cheap. I would have said something.
Oh, hold to activate hero. Oh,
yeah. Sorry. Yeah. It's twofold. It's not. That's one thing I didn't really enjoy because you're hovering over them anyway. I think you should just be able to click the ability.
Yeah.
But no. But you can do it on the ability as well. You don't have to do it over top of the hero if you don't want.
Yeah.
So. Ooh.
Using my backline.
You know what? The antiquarian scares me. I'm not saying I'm going to target it, but I'm basically saying that I'm going to target it.
Oh. Damage over time effects trigger when you use them.
Yeah. When you rather than at the beginning of the turn,
that
it's
makes
when you
perfect
activate.
sense.
Oh, come on.
Ooh. There's a latencies.
So it was a little delayed. So you knew it would dodge because I said it first.
Yeah.
That's funny. I gotta look at your trinkets here. See what I gotta deal with. Look at those blight chances.
Yep. I didn't know what the resistances would be. And I think I showed my hand, or I overestimated how resistant you guys would be, or your guys would be. So I decided not to. Decided not to care as much. Or no, sorry, I was building to specifically get around any bleed resistance you had, and the answer is you have almost none.
That's true. Yeah.
Why did it give me Plague Doctor?
I did do it on my Vestal. Your Plague Doctor has a turn still, I guess.
Oh, I see. So I still have to go through my entire team.
Yeah. So the turn is basically you can see now we're on turn 2.
Yeah.
You choose the
this
units
makes perfect sense. So I can't just main flagellant while everybody just sits there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh my.
Ooh.
That's not good for me.
Nope.
You don't even have anything for dodge skill on him, and he's dodged 2 in a row.
My guys are mean.
The doggo guy, I tell you. I wonder who they're going to choose to win.
Speaking of, I'm betting.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, I mean, you're still doing more harm than I am to you.
That is true. I'm trying to punch through. This is my DOT and heal build, basically.
Yeah.
So, I've been reading the subreddit a little bit on this and trying to figure out what classes there are, but I gotta tell you, I'm not smart enough to know what is actually good or bad. So that's fun. Rito and Raps, they're talking meta game that I don't get at all. And I'm yeah, it's cool. I click the thing and it goes burr.
I think that's why I could never get into the competitive scene for any game I ever play, because it's just everybody else does studying and practice, and I'm just I'll show up. I'll have fun. And then after a certain point, everybody outclasses me, and I'm just like, okay, I'm good.
That's funny. There's in Vancouver, there's a retro gaming expo that happens every year. Obviously not this year, and they run like tournaments like that. They're super casual, and they run like Smash and they run Mario Kart and like all the standard stuff. And I usually join just to like have fun. Look at that DOT though. Yeah. But a lot of times, like, I just stop because it's just not fun anymore. Because you go there and, wow, this guy brought his own GameCube controller to a tournament.
Yep.
I'm gonna lose immediately. But
I tried that specifically with Magic the Gathering when I was younger. I was super into it for like, I'm gonna say a couple of years. And one day I was like, yeah, I'll go in and like try and do one of the local tournaments. You know, it's for young people, right? And because they had like a specific younger kid league. And what it ended up boiling down to was the older guys kicked a fuss because not enough older guys showed up. So they let the older guys just run rampant over all the kids instead. And, you know, take the prize pot and everything. And I was just like, man, this sucks. I'm leaving. And just never came back.
I have not had a lot of like fun experiences with Magic, like Friday Night Magic and stuff either. Very similar. I was one of the younger kids on there, and
oh shit,
you show up like somebody in their 30s, like I am now, like just this is like I have like
come on
disposable income, and I'm just gonna have the best deck that you can have at the time, and you're gonna die.
Yeah. Like, if I could have private draft modes with friends where, like, nobody really practices and we only ever play specifically together, I think that sort of thing I could get into.
I agree. I think that's why, like, Magic Arena kind of works as well. It's similar problems, but, like, you can also do, like, Magic online. His dodge is not that good.
It's 25%, but yeah, for that, it's not that good.
All the stress is coming through.
It is, but I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna change a damn thing. Having that Vestal seems to be key.
The Vestal's pretty good.
Like, I just threw on the Antiquarian heal, and it's like it's good, but it's not that good. I just realized I was trying, or I thought, I immediately forgot what Raps was saying, that DOT doesn't do Death's Door, or doesn't trigger it. Death Blow, rather. Sorry, not Death's Door. Yeah.
And I forgot that didn't actually do like 1 damage and bleed, like that ability.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
I mean,
there we go.
Wow. Ooh, losing her is tough.
More disappointment. Fight on. The mob rallies to the underdog.
This is it's closer than it looks, to be honest.
No, it ain't. I got 1 dead, 1 on death's door. Everybody is ignoring my flagellant. He's just not worth it.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm ignoring your flagellant kind of out of strat because he gets stronger the more he's killed. I'm like, you know, maybe I'll like leave him.
Teetering on the brink.
So like I don't have to focus. Like I'll focus hopefully with like 4 characters. Let's go.
Wow.
Soaks the soil, feeding the evil therein.
Goes for the heal.
I mean, my best bet at this point is to somehow outlast you. Let those bleeds take everybody down into Death's Door territory and take you the rest of the way out.
Oh no, she moved. Although I do have like a party heal that takes me off of it, so
yeah.
And I also will get 2 more turns next turn. Basically, like I'll have all 4 characters up, and you'll only have 2. So I'm not sure how that works in here. I can't recall. but I know that like I'll still get to choose all 4 characters to your 2.
I think I might just get more actions, like with these 2 guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Gosh, that'd be real strong on your end.
Well, we're gonna find out in a second here because this turn's nearly done. All right. It's a lucky bleed.
Yeah, it is. Ooh, that's a hurty bleed.
Becoming unwound.
23 stress is pretty good.
Yeah?
Oh, I was hoping for the virtuous.
Putting your hope in virtuous right now seems...
In no short supply.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, it's your turn. I'm
Yeah.
going like, why can't I click?
I'm trying to get it to work. I really don't like the hold to use a character. And
I 100% agree, yeah.
I kind of wish it would gray out like the other team. Like the team that is not active. I know there's the thing up top. But I keep like totally missing that and just being like, why is it not my turn? And then my turn comes around and I'm just too busy thinking and it's like, well, never mind.
Yeah. There's some like some UX stuff that they could do better, I think. For sure. Because like they have the ability to change the camera like slightly, you know, like it's like a 2.5 like that. But they could definitely make it so that it's more pronounced that it's your turn. For sure. I am getting the luck right now.
Yeah. Now, does your death blow resistance go back up to 75% or whatever if you heal them back out of death's door?
I actually don't know. Oh, okay, look at this. So I do get 2 extra turns here. Sorry.
Yeah. Ooh, that's tough.
Although all my characters are dying, so.
Yeah. I just have to actually hit you.
And the same backwards.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you just get multiple turns. That's painful.
I think if I can live this turn, I'll be okay. But it might come down to flagellant versus flagellant.
Well.
Although you can't attack all 3, so.
Yeah, I can. It just didn't get him.
Oh my god, I'm so lucky.
Yep. Well, I mean, your death blow resistance is still pretty high, with the exception of the Plague Doctor.
Good point, good point.
I was really hoping for that triple death blow, just full luck reversal.
I can't. My Vestal.
Got them both!
Broken. Maintain the offense.
I can't believe it.
Oh,
It's the comeback.
I don't know about that, but it's going better than I thought it was going to.
Oh,
Nah, got him.
oh,
So
my
yeah,
heart.
you're right. Might actually be flagellant versus flagellant.
Although I got an extra turn right now, so.
Yeah, you do.
We all die alone.
I had to go for the heal. Like, I didn't have a choice there. Ooh, this is closer than I thought it would be. And like, when I took out your antiquarian, I went like, okay, this might be it. But who knows? I need a lucky death blow here. Like a crit and a death blow.
Yeah. I gotta figure out how to hurt your Hellion.
Oh, ho, ho.
Oh, there's your crit.
I just realized that on Wicked Hack, there's a plus 30% death blow dealt chance. I did this backwards. I should have not done.
Yeah, got me down. I had a
Yeah.
fair bit of HP though, but yeah.
And a
Yep,
lucky.
there we go.
I lucked out.
You did. I think also the antiquarian is a trap. I think the idea of it is cool, but
I kind of
It just-
agree.
wasn't
Because
worth it in comparison for that Vestal clutch heal for like 15
think
every
what it
once in a
is-
while.
Yeah, I think like the replacement, like because you ran Plague Doctor Antiquarian, I think if you were to replace the Plague Doctor with the Antiquarian, it would have been a better one and kept the
Yeah.
Vestal. You would have been a
Yeah.
very defensive deck. All right, well,
good
should we unmute them?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. This was good. That's the first PvP we've done, you and I. I'd like to clarify that. So
Gosh, is it like the first time we've even played together?
it might be.
I think so.
Look at that.
What's
All right, I'm
wild
gonna
is
disconnect you and I here.
Yep.
oh, we're muted still.
All right, I'm gonna hop back into the regular chat.
Get everything out quick.
Thank you for the match.
It's cute to see them making friends. It's very nice.
That's
Sorry,
boys?
dude, was that?
in on the window when you've unmuted them before they've unmuted you.
That's okay. I think I joined. The Circus is under maintenance.
Mm.
I was just
Uh-oh.
kicked out.
Oh, come on. Don't. Actually, don't, though.
It's not. I'm still in, I think.
I'm still in.
Oh, I'm back in.
I got kicked out.
Oh,
got-
I got kicked out too. Oh no.
I got kicked out.
Come on!
All right.